Arnar, it's time to go on a safari. That bit was never going to work, so I don't know why I tried. Anyway, today we're reviewing the Safari Pedals bundle. Not really a sponsored video. I'm not getting paid for this, so I can be as honest as I want. I have an idea. It might be a stupid idea, but I'm going to try it. And my idea was, can I make a song, but only use Safari Pedal plugins for anything? I'm a Safari boy. Their bundle seems to have a little bit of everything. And that sounds nice on paper, but how practical is it? Can I forego using all of my usual plugins and make a decent song with just these? Let's find out.
You are watching Sound Learn.
Not overthinking this, we're just diving in. In this case, I'm gonna go for splice drum loop. Cool. Fun. Copy that over a few times. Let's try their camel strip. Something I like to test whenever I'm testing a new plugin is to go through the presets. We got some big names over here. We got Joe Ciccarelli. We got Daniel Holsinger. We got Nate Williams. I'm gonna be honest, I only know Joe Ciccarelli from that bunch, but I'm guessing if they're here, it's because they're legitimate. I mean, Joe Ciccarelli is already, okay, cool, legit. Clearly, he spent some time making some little presets. It must be decent. So I like to just try to test what we can do with just presets. Let's see, Drum Bus Island. You'll notice here that it's kind of modeled, I don't know how accurate these are, after hardware EQs. You have the EQ1A, the 73, the 4K, and also the compressor here. You have a Fairchild, the LA2A, and the 1176, it looks like. This Drum Bus Island preset sounds cool. Makes it sound very punchy. It adds a little bit of plate reverb, it sounds like, which is cool. Let's just start making the song, and I'm probably gonna play with the plugins more as I go. The Cobra Fuzz pedal just came out at the making of this video, so it's pretty new. That's one of the things they wanted to see if I could talk about, so of course I'll talk about it. And we're going DI, baby. There's no amp modeling here. We're gonna try to see what we can get out of this. So. Okay, that's extreme, but it's cool. Let's pull it back. Yeah, that's nice. Because we're gonna be using a fuzz, I think I'm gonna go more of like an indie rock sort of thing. Obviously, with the drums, you can tell that's what I was thinking. Let's just get into it. All right, so we got our first guitar part. I'm not gonna make you sit through all of my guitar takes. So I mean, the tone is cool. I like just using the Cobra Fuzz on that. I'm surprised that you can carry it on its own just with that. Eventually, I think we're gonna add some other plugins and stuff, but let's, on this next one, a Dirty Dog reverb. Okay. So let's come up with a little lead part here. Okay, so I mean, the Dirty Dog reverb is cool, but the Dirty Dog reverb I think we're gonna put on the back burner for now, because for this particular sound that I'm imagining, let's try the Fox Echo Chorus. Something I wanted to point out that's cool about the presets here, it seems like they've put some thought into it, is that you kind of have them separated. They have a little bit of instructions, like all these are inserts, meaning they should go directly on the track, and these would be more like sends, where you send it on a separate aux and you have the mix to full wet. Let's see how it feels. Let's do E guitar vibe. That's an insert, should go directly on. Let's hear how it sounds with what I recorded. Okay, closer. I like the slightly cleaner sound. I do like how the fuzz has like a nice clean crunch. It's not overdone. I go switch over to bass, and there was one plugin that just says, insert this on bass. And I'm just like, all right, dude. I think it might have been the channel strip. Put this on bass in all caps. Nice. Let's hear it without. With. a nice little crunch, a nice little mini fuzz. Let's give it a shot. I vibe with that. It's kind of like fitting nicely together. So we're gonna keep that how it is. Let's do something on the verse here. And look, we're not trying to make a masterpiece here, so I'm just gonna loop that. So we have the main structure. I'm not gonna make like a 3-minute song, but this is enough for us to just start working on stuff. I might get rid of some of the stuff I already have, might keep it, we'll see. So we gotta... I kind of want more of that reverb. Let's bring up this blend. Let's not go past 50. Blend in this case is mix. Want something a little bit more dramatic. Let's see if we can add something else here. Maybe the ladybug. It's a lo-fi. I think in this case, I'm not going to use an insert for this. I'm going to turn it into guitar verb aux. I'm going to bring that over here. Let's crank that blend. And let's crank the spring reverb. Okay, so the owl control, I believe, is a compressor. Again, I've only played with these a little bit, so I'm kind of going in blind a lot to these, but this clearly is compressor. You got all your stuff, you know, you got your speed, fast, attack, slow. Ratio is at 2.6, smooth pump, lo-fi, mix, bus. Punchy guitar grit, that seems like what I'm going for, so let's do that. I actually want to go more dramatic on this reverb. I want to hear the reverb, and so when you compress it too much, you basically don't get any of that. And that lets it breathe a little bit more, so. And now onto the bass. I do honestly like the subtlety of this, but I wonder what else we could do. Maybe bring in some of that EQ. I'll be honest, I don't love EQs where I can't see a visualizer, but that's just because I've gotten used to it, and it's really nice to have all of that crazy control, but sometimes it's good to just go back to something like this and trust your ears. Width drive. No drive. It's very subtle, but you definitely lose a little bit of low end when you turn on the drive, which I actually kind of like. I don't like my mixes to get very muddy. So let's see what we got. All right, we're getting somewhere. Let's check out the drums. I'm gonna do some parallel stuff here. I don't know if it'll be compression or what, but let's go ahead and do that. All right, so for the parallel here, I'm gonna start at 0 so you can hear what it's doing because it's kind of chaotic. I'm using the owl control as a compressor and it's pumping, so we're gonna really smash everything a little bit more. And we're also gonna do even more, a preset here called Smashy Drums on Tape. And here it is before me sending it, and here it is after. That's a bit much, but that's the whole point of parallel compression, is you can overdo it and then pull it back. Nothing, and as we bring it in, it's very smashy. I might even want to put like a little fuzz on the drums at some point, which sounds crazy, but. So you know what, let's do that. Let's go ahead and throw in a fuzz. I kind of am thinking of like an intro where we have this and then it gets bypassed. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and use this as a way to like kind of fade in the song. If I have one critique for Safari pedals is when I do this command control option command and click, normally this gives me another little dialog that allows me to set this as an automation parameter. It's fine. I just have to go into here instead. If you guys can incorporate that into the Pro Tools version, it'd be really helpful. All right, so let's take this intro, duplicate it, shuffle everything over. Let's do something else here. I'm gonna bring this. All right, so I have this idea where I'm just gonna go ahead and do a bypass on these. And then when I get to the song actually starting, we're gonna get rid of those suckers because we're just using them as an effect in this case. Do it for this bass too, because I had done some cutting on this. All right, and now the moment nobody has been waiting for, vocals. Let's see.
Oh, we'll mess with it a little bit more, but for now, I think we can do some vocals. I'm a safari boy, I just want to enjoy my life. These lyrics make no sense at all.
So obviously this is a masterpiece. So we're gonna now try to see what we can do with this vocal. Let's try something else. Let's try some tape. We love tape on vocals, loud vocals.
There's no need to be coy.
So the 58 is obviously a pretty dark microphone, so we're gonna throw in some EQ also and bring it back again.
There's no need to be coy, 'cause I'm a safari boy, and I play with safari toys.
So from this point on, I kind of went down this little rabbit hole and started trying out all the different pedals and plugins and stuff. And I didn't explain much of it just because I got in the zone and I was just kind of like hyper-focused. But I'll just go ahead and play some of that so you can see kind of how I got to the final finished product.
There's no need to be coy, 'cause I'm a safari boy. There's no need to be coy, 'cause I'm a safari boy, and I play with safari toys, with just one set of tools, and I don't make the rules. There's no need to be coy, I'm a safari boy, I just want to enjoy my life. I just want to enjoy my life.
All right, so I have the song, I've kind of thrown in all the effects, and so far I've only used Safari pedals. So and the last thing I'm throwing on here is the Lion Master, because this is their kind of mastering plugin to put at the end of your signal chain here. Not a lot of control. Again, this is very much like a guitar pedal, so you have some saturation, very common thing to throw on a mastering bus. With, I'm guessing, kind of create some separation. These are all things that are pretty standard, and I don't love that I don't have a ton of control, but again, there is kind of like this nice creative limitation that you have when using stuff like this. Here it is without it. Let's bypass it. Here it is with. So it seems like it just kind of tightens everything up a little bit. If I'm being 100% honest, I probably wouldn't use this on my main master bus, but I could probably use it for maybe like a submix bus to like give it a certain texture and sound. But in this case, I'm gonna keep it just because like, why not? We made it all the way to the end. Why not keep it? And I'll go ahead and show you a version with it bypassed so you can see everything we did versus not at all.
toys. I need to find a way to make it work with just one set of tools. I don't make the rules. I'm a safari boy. I just want to enjoy my life. I'm a safari boy. Don't take away my toys. Alright. These lyrics make no sense at all.
So there you have it. Really silly and not totally comprehensive breakdown of Safari pedals. Yeah, I didn't go through every single little feature it has, but I hope that in some way, this silly challenge and this silly song that I made using only these pedals gave you some insight into what they sound like and how you can use them. It obviously has a very lo-fi quality to it. Like, you're gonna get a dirtier sound with a lot of these plugins. They're not super clean and pristine and crisp, but I like that. These kind of fit in the same category as kind of like some of the Goodhurt stuff, which I use a lot of. And if you know the Goodhurt stuff, it's not the cleanest. Like, it's got a lot of little weird